Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is the second time I've recorded this video because the first time I forgot to plug in my microphone, and that kind of summarises how everything in FPL is going for me at the moment. So let's have a look at how my team did in game week 5, my transfer plans for this game week, and my final team selection for game week 6. There is nothing more painful than talking about how bad your team is than then having to go back and talk about it again. But do subscribe to the channel to keep my FPL self-esteem up. We're approaching 5,000 subscribers and I'm very grateful to all of you that watch the videos. But unfortunately, I'm only on 282 points. It's taken me to a grand rank of 2.6 million. Who remembers the start of the season when I was in the top 150k? It seems like a long time ago now. And my game week points were 38 in total. The average was 44, so I was definitely nowhere near getting a red arrow for that week. We'll start off in goal. Turner, 2 points, great. Solid way to start the team review. Unfortunately, Forest did concede a goal against Burnley. I will be honest, I really expected Turner to keep a clean sheet for this one, and I also thought he was going to get save points and then maybe even into the bonus. That could have been too optimistic. Not having much luck with the old goalkeepers this season. And then my defence, we'll start off on the positives. Saliba kept a clean sheet against Everton, very welcome, 6 points. Cash, unfortunately, only came away with 1 point after picking up a yellow card. And then Ben Chilwell, the man, he gets benched, comes on for 10 minutes. Does he get a goal? Does he get an assist? No, just gets a yellow card. So we have 0 points in total. Very frustrating also because whilst Chelsea did not score, they also didn't concede any goals. So that would have been a lovely clean sheet point, but never mind. Then the midfield, I have a confession. I was away, as I mentioned about 10 times in my last video. I'm sorry, I was overtired. I just wanted to make sure I got it in because the video was a rush. But I had a time difference of 5 hours and unfortunately just forgot about the deadline. Thought I'd put the captaincy on Maddison before I flew. Didn't do my transfers. It was all a bit of a palaver, but actually worked out in my favour, which these things rarely do. Maddison only got 1 point. My captaincy was kept on Haaland. So it wasn't to do with me thinking sensibly or tactically. It was just the fact that I forgot that there was a deadline. So it worked in my favour, but can take no credit for the decision. The rest of the midfield is very boring. Apart from Saka, he got a return, which I was over the moon with. He got an assist, but yeah, not really much to write home about. Very disappointed about Gibbs White. I did think he was maybe going to get an assist. I actually thought that Forest were going to score way more in a home game against Burnley, but it did not happen. And then my front two, Haaland, man of the moment. Very relieved that he scored against West Ham. He had 9 shots and 6 big chances against West Ham, so he was actually quite unlucky to only come away with 1 goal. But the non-Haaland captainers, it could have been a lot worse, and for people that did captain him, at least we got something. So everyone's happy, I'm sure. And then Watkins, Mr. Consistent over here, another assist. Yes, I would be very keen for those assists to turn into goals, but at least we're getting points. Got an assist against Palace, that's very welcome. And then thankfully, no dramas on my bench. So we can now move into my transfer plans for this game week where we're going to be thinking more optimistically. This is a very straightforward transfer for me to make. We are taking out Rico Henry. This will come as no surprise because he is injured. He is going to be having reconstructive surgery and likely to be out for the rest of the season. So rather than waiting, because I could just bench him and then I've got a pretty good defence if we're not too concerned about Chilwell's potential benching. I could just play Chilwell, but I think I've got 2 free transfers to use. May as well make best use of them and put out any fires that appear. And this, my friends, is a fire. So we are going to take out Rico Henry. I'm actually cursed with Brentford defenders. My favourite player in the world is Ben Mee. I had him at the start of the season. Unfortunately, he was injured. And I think he also picked up a knock last weekend at St James's Park. So it's not going too well. But I had to take him out because he wasn't playing, bought in Rico Henry, and now he's out for the season. So I will be avoiding Brentford's defence for the foreseeable future. I will be replacing Henry with Botman. He's only 4.5 million, so a great budget defender. Whilst we're not going to get the attacking returns that we see in the likes of Trippier, who is a lot more expensive, he has had 4 shots so far this season, so let's not rule him out immediately. The biggest appeal of bringing in Botman is Newcastle's upcoming fixtures. They've got Sheffield United and they've got Burnley. West Ham might be a bit trickier, but I have full faith in them. Newcastle's defence is one of the best in the league, and even though they've had some tricky fixtures so far this season, they've got an expected goals conceded of 5.45, which is the 4th best in the league. So I'm hoping to get onto Botman. His ownership at the moment is 14.8%, which I think is relatively low. I think a lot of people are going to start bringing in Newcastle assets now that they are keeping a clean sheet. They've kept 1 clean sheet. Now that they're keeping all these clean sheets, I see more clean sheets in the future. future. I'll go Mystic Meg on this one. But I'm excited to bring Botman into the team. There are other assets that I would like. I may double up on the defence in the future and bring in Trippier instead. But I'm also eyeing up Isak and Wilson. It's just trying to decide which one to go for and who's going to get benched. If you have either, let me know in the comments because I'm intrigued to see who you've all gone for. So this is how my team is lining up for the next game week. We will be rolling the other transfer unless I get some sort of last minute FOMO. I'm trying to play it cool. There are a lot of things going on, a lot of changes happening very quickly. So I feel as though 2 free transfers is a very, very strong position to be in. We're going to have Onana in goal, whilst he has only kept 1 clean sheet so far this season. Actually, United have conceded 10 goals already, so that's the 3rd most goals out of any team in the league. Not the best start, and only Wolves and Burnley have conceded more. Didn't see that from United, but we're still going to put all of our eggs into the United basket this game week. Burnley away, I'm hoping they're not very attacking and Onana can keep a clean sheet for this one. And then we're also bringing in Botman alongside many other FPL managers because he is the 2nd most transferred in player this game week. Estupiñán is back into my team. He was only rested last game week because he played a midweek fixture for Ecuador. Obviously, he needed a rest. I would too. He's only human. I'm expecting big things from him this game week, and I'm actually going to the Brighton game. So stay tuned for a mini vlog from that. Hopefully, it's goals galore. All from Brighton, all from Estupiñán. I have no other Brighton assets, so I'm not going to cheer on anyone else. But I do hope for a Brighton win. And then we've got Matty Cash. Now, this is a bit of a tough one. I'm torn between Matty Cash and Chilwell. It's probably the Chelsea fan within me that doesn't want the double disappointment of us conceding in real life and also in fantasy football and Chilwell not getting those clean sheet points. The thing is with Matty Cash is firstly, I was burnt by him, and I will bring this up in every video for as long as I make videos, when I benched him for that 17-pointer. But he's also got the most shots out of all defenders with 11 in total and an XG of 1.8. I don't think I can ignore that. He's very attacking, and I will kick myself if he has any sort of goal involvement and he's on my bench again. But there is part of me that's thinking maybe I should bring in Chilwell, but I don't know what his benching situation is. Villa. Oh, it's a very tough one. In the midfield, Maddison and Saka. This is going to be a big game, isn't it? I really wish I was going to the Spurs stadium to see this one. It's always very lively when Arsenal play Spurs. But I'm going to be keeping a close eye on Spurs assets from game week 8 and 9. I'd be quite tempted to have them when they play Luton and Fulham. So I may double up, I may triple up, who knows? I know a lot of people have got Destiny, a lot of people are going for Son. Hopefully I can discover someone before they get big. Seems unlikely, but it may happen. And then Saka, I'm really hoping that he gets some goals in and he has some sort of goal involvement with the team. Rashford, United, we touched on it with Onana. They've been really disappointing and they've been in the bottom half of the table for XG so far this season. It's not what I was expecting and they've only scored 6 goals in total. The silver lining from this is that Rashford has had a goal and 2 assists, so at least he is getting involved. He's also taken the most shots in the box out of any midfielder, and with Burnley coming up, I don't think this is the right time to get rid of him. I'm glad I didn't double up on Rashford and Fernandes, and I think maybe I'll give it another game week or 2, see how I feel about Rashford. But as long as he's getting me points, he can stay there. Unless a better alternative. I mean, Mbumo, we'll see how he gets on this game week. It could potentially be that I do Rashford to Mbumo. But I'm happy to stick with United for now because of the fixtures. And then talking of 2nd and 3rd and, 6th chances now, we're sticking with Eze. Surely he scores this game week. He's ranked 2nd amongst all players for shots with 23 in total. Only Haaland has more with 29. Palace are playing Fulham, who have got the highest expected goals conceded out of all teams. Surely this is 1 + 1 = 2. He has to get a goal in this game week. Otherwise, I will definitely have to start thinking about bringing him out. Interestingly, on Twitter, which you can follow me at YellowNoFPL, he has been discussed quite a lot recently and people are talking about bringing him in, which makes me feel ahead of the game. Or I was too ahead because he's only had 1 goal so far this season. And anyone thinking of bringing him in, I'm like, I wouldn't. But it's complimentary that maybe I'm on the right track. Hopefully this is the week that he has a haul. But if he can't get a goal against Fulham, then I think there's no hope for him. And then my front 3, we are sticking with Mr. Consistent. Hopefully we'll get an assist and potentially a goal. I would be very glad. He's had an assist every game week so far except from against Liverpool. So hopefully that's a streak that just keeps going. He's averaging 4.4 points per match, but I'd definitely be keen to see more from him. Again, this could be a replacement for Chilwell, but are we optimistic that Chilwell is going to get those attacking returns and Chelsea are going to keep a clean sheet? Probably not. I'll hedge my bets with Watkins, and for minutes as well, he's a much safer choice. And then Wissa, I'd like to see a remake of the Fulham game when he got a goal and an assist. That might be too much to ask, but he only played for 78 minutes and he was fantastic. He wasn't on my team at that point, and then I brought him in and have had nothing. But this is a very favourable home fixture against Everton. I'm just hoping that Wissa is the main man rather than Mbumo. And then Haaland, obviously, have to have him as captain. Oh, I've got a little graphic for this now. Ta-da! It's got a crown. I'm going for Haaland for captaincy. There is no hesitancy about this one. They're playing Nottingham Forest and it's a home fixture. We know that Haaland absolutely thrives at home and Forest's defence is leaky, we shall say. I don't want to badmouth Forest, but it's not the strongest, is it? Although sometimes they do step up against bigger teams. So again, imagine if City end up losing. They won't. Haaland's going to destroy them. And then we'll have a look at my bench. We've got Turner, we've got Chilwell, Saliba, Gibbs-White. Hopefully they all stay very, very quiet. But as always, do let me know in the comments what you think of my team selection and whether there is somewhere I could use my other free transfer. For now, I'm thinking just roll, play it cool. It turns out that the more I tinker with my team, the worse it does. So we're just going to try and put out fires, but not really meddle too much. But thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. We are approaching 5,000 subscribers and it's just really nice having the community grow. So thank you so much for your support and best of luck. Oh, also, actually, I am doing my first ever deadline stream. I'm going to be on the FPL Juice show on Saturday. They do Streamception. If you don't know what that is, head over to their channel, which I'll link in the description, to have a look because it's very unique and I'm really excited to be a part of it. But if I don't see you then, hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Best of luck this game week and I will speak to you soon.